Hello, my creatures of night. Last week, we experienced something that we may call a murder. Our hapless main character was forced to follow to get information needed to get this gravedigger arrested. Now sit back, relax, as I finish the donor. He couldn't have moved faster, worried that at any moment the man would return and bury him in the dirt alongside Ricky. He opened the door as quietly as possible and saw the duffel bag with money sitting on the seat. As Tom reached for the bag, his eye caught the box on the back seat. It was just sitting there, as quiet as the grave. He wasn't completely sure if he wanted to know what was inside. Instead of wasting more time, he grabbed the box and threw it in the duffel bag. Glancing over the hood of the truck, he saw that the stranger was still occupied. When he made it safely back to his car, he took a deep breath of relief. He couldn't believe he actually pulled it off. Tom started his car and began the drive to the police station across town. The box taunted him. A mysterious presence whispering in his ear. Temptation to look inside was drowning out the fear of discovering the truth. Did he really need to look inside? Whatever it was important enough to be murdered over. That should be all the proof the police needed. He wouldn't look. He would just drop the box and the money off at the police station with a note of what he saw. That was the plan. That was all he had to do. Then he was home free. Tom pulled into the police station. He looked over at the box. It lay still, silent. Tom picked it up. It was heavy and cold in his hands. It stared back, mocking him. He wouldn't look. Didn't need to, but he opened the lid and he slammed it shut. Something tried to force its way up from Tom's stomach. A gag. He was never one for the sight of blood. Crimson rubies surrounded by crystals of ice. Preservation of what was already dead. He pushed the sight out of his mind and got out the car. Taking the bag with him, he left the box with his note by the side door of the station, where no one would see his face. Tom never saw the grave keeper or the tow truck again. Nor did he hear anything about the missing money. The note he left explained the murder. He wrote down the license plate number and the location of Ricky's body. They must have believed him because the next day, cops surrounded the house and the cemetery in its backyard. Whoever was living there had left in a hurry. Ricky's body wasn't the only recent murder that was discovered. It turned out that the cemetery contained traces of multiple people who had gone missing. In some ways, Tom was glad he had gone to the police. Only now he was haunted by the idea that whoever the stranger was would come back someday and take his revenge. When Tom wrote the note, he left out one small detail. He never told the police about the money, and they never found out. He didn't feel guilty. He wrote it off as an advance for his newest book that put him in the right place at the right time. It was, in fact, because he had been working on it that he even came across the money at all. His real excitement, however, lay in the idea for his next book. It would be titled The Donor, and he couldn't wait to dig in. That was an interesting end, my creatures of night. We saw Tom find out what really was in that box. Of course, we could already tell. But him going to the police and solving a myriad of murders was a happy ending. But that lingering thought of him being found good still sits in his head. With the money, he even got more help to writing his book. And The Donor seems like it would be a great read. If you're interested, please like, comment, and subscribe. I will be uploading weekly. Please enjoy my Creatures of the Night.